Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here reporting for wearechange.org, and we have to talk about the Times Square bombing. Now, earlier today, we had a small explosive device go off in the Port Authority. Now, if we are to believe the mainstream media, and in this case there seems to be already a substantial amount of evidence that at least the majority of what they are telling us is true, we have someone who came from Bangladesh living in Brooklyn who's been here for 7 years who set off an improvised explosive device. Now, the media is reporting that this is a pipe bomb, and already we have a video of what appears to be a failed attack. Now, what we can see in the video is a small explosion going off and chaos erupting. And we already have a picture of the bomber who survived this attack after the bomb had gone off. So what do we know? Well, we know that this really could not be much of a coordinated effort, as the explosive device used didn't kill anybody and didn't even kill the suicide bomber himself. This shows a lack of knowledge and a lack of planning. Some of the other questions that we really have to ask ourselves about this attack is whether or not this person was on the FBI's radar. Was he a person of interest? Was he on a watch list? Was he meeting with the FBI? There are too many instances, such as the Boston bombing, when the FBI seemed to have these people on their radar.
They were monitoring him, and I know that because I used to talk to them. They used to come to our house like 2-3 times, and then my Tamerlan used to tell me that he used to talk to them too, because they called me once and they wanted his number. And then when the FBI agent called me back, and he said that, I have spoken to your son, and at that time, because they told me that they were they controlled what they saw whatever he was reading.
The other thing that's extremely troubling to me about this event is that it's being compared to the case of the underwear bomber. Well, anybody that followed that case in the alternative media almost 10 years ago knows that the underwear bomber was walked through security and let on that plane purpose.
Sumar Farouk Abdul Muttalib was not alone at the airport in Amsterdam when he was about to board the plane. A Michigan man named Kurt Haskell, who happens to be a lawyer, was a passenger on Flight 253. He was with his wife, also a lawyer. Now, Mr. Haskell says he saw Abdul Muttalib with a well-dressed man, and according to Mr. Haskell, the two were trying to get ticket agents to let him on board the plane without a passport.
Now, that's not to say that's what happened here. However, we definitely have to entertain the idea that this attack was encouraged and allowed to happen. To what end, you ask? Well, the ever-growing police state. There are many advocates that suggest that we need even more security in our Port Authority and on our subway system. Now, whether or not that means body scanners, biometrics, or possibly even worse, we don't know. However, we do know that this is being called an ISIS-inspired attack, which again to me is extremely troubling. It seems that Al-Qaeda no longer exists, and every Muslim terror attack is inspired by ISIS. The mainstream media and the government alike have done an extremely good job in transferring one boogeyman group to another for the American people to fear. All I can say is this, folks. If you are willing to give up your liberty for security, you deserve neither. As more information develops on this matter, We Are Change will keep you informed, so please share this video on social media, follow me on Twitter @JasonBurmis, and please go to wearechange.org. It's only through your financial support that reports like this one are possible.